Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Ochart here. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know, one of my fish just made me a liar. I've been I've been promoting Placidochromis as a peaceful, as the name implies, placid, as a peaceful fish for quite some time. And the ones I have in the 100 gallon, you know, the Gazelle, the Deep Water, the Maduka White Lips, and you know, the Star Sapphire, those all are relatively peaceful for the most part. Don't really get into much with other fish. But for some reason, the Placidochromis johnsoni that I have in the tank behind me has just turned into a royal jerk. And I don't know why, but he has certain fish that he sort of picks out and just is relentless on chasing them around. The most recent case is I finally wanted to move the Dragonblood, which is you know, by reputation a pretty tough fish, you know, an aggressive fish, and so I tried to move him from quarantine and over to this 150, and the Placidochromis opened up a box of whoop ass on him and ended up keeping him pinned in a corner and started to give him some fin damage, as you can see here in the video. And so I had no choice but to pull the Dragonblood out of the 150 again, which of course was very stressful for him, and put him back into the 30 gallon quarantine tank. Fortunately, the electric blue that was taken out of quarantine, along with the Buccochromis spectabilis, are both doing great. The electric blue is in this tank, as is and the spectabilis is in the 100, and was accepted very, very smoothly and easily. Both of them have not encountered a tremendous amount of antagonism or aggression or a very high-level tune-up that cichlids can give a new member of a tank. So at any rate, I've put the Dragonblood back in the 30 gallon. I'm going to let him recover a bit, let his fins, in particular his tail, let that heal up. You know, maybe I'll put a little salt in that tank and just give him a break, let him have the run of the entire 30 gallon, whereas before I had a divider in it. And this should let him kind of rest, catch his breath, heal up a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll try him out in the 100. Now the problem, of course, of putting him in the 100 is that there's a chance that he might be a little bit too aggressive for that tank. So he might be in this sort of intermediate place where he's a little bit too hard on the 100 and a little bit too meek in the 150. So we'll see where that ends up. I did put the Borlei quad, the Borlei that I had in here, I ended up putting them in the 100 because he was getting picked on too much by the fire hap in here, who is always, as the name implies, always fired up, and for some reason doesn't like that Borlei. So, but then the Borlei started to make trouble in the 100, so I had to bring them back to the 150, but I did it in combination with a lot of other fish. The Dragonblood, the Buccochromis notitania, the electric blue, and so, you know, I brought several fish over all at once, and it created enough confusion that I think the Borlei was able to kind of blend in a little bit. It doesn't mean that the fire hap isn't going to start to pick on him again. We'll see, but again, he's in that intermediate zone where he's too aggressive for the 100, but not quite able to hold his own in the 150. So let's see how this plays out. Maybe I'll have to rehome some fish. Maybe I'll have to do some major chore around the house so I can get another tank that is a more intermediate zone. We'll see. We'll see where it plays out. This is the life of an African cichlid keeper, and never a dull moment. So at any rate, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure, if you like this video, to hit that like button, sub, rate, share, and read your comments. I love reading them. And hit that bell so you can be part of that Convo Gang. All right? And stop by on Saturdays for Cichlids and Coffee, 10 a.m. Pacific. I love the live interaction with all of you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Shall we begin? Let's begin.